What's up YouTube? Andrew over here at Fear Motors in Stillwater. Gonna take you on a tour, a quick tour of the brand new 2019 Cherokee. They did a little redesign on this vehicle, so stay tuned. So here she is, the all new Cherokee. This is a limited 4x4, pretty well equipped. MSRP on this vehicle is $35,610. It's got the 3.2 liter V6, so that's remained unchanged. I believe it's the same 9-speed automatic that they put in the older body style. It's got the premium leather trim bucket seats, the diamond black crystal pearl exterior paint. Absolutely gorgeous vehicle. I love what they did with the redesign. One of the biggest features, and definitely what caught my attention right away, was these new headlights. Kind of remind me of the new JL headlights. Nice projector bulbs. They look really aggressive. The housing is really sharp on these ones. I really like that. A little bit different redesign for the fog lights and the whole front fascia in general. These vents are a little bit different, similar but a little different. Pretty standard 5-spoke wheel, a little different. They didn't have these wheels on the older Cherokee. However, they're not, I wouldn't say they're anything special, but nice nonetheless. Heading on to the back. The back kind of looks like the Compass with the new taillights. A lot more aggressive taillights. I really like that aspect of it. Huge exhaust tips. Definitely something that I noticed right off the bat is this rear bumper got just some enormous in-bumper exhaust tips. They look really clean. So now we're gonna head over to the interior. This Jeep update was primarily exterior, but there are some slight visual upgrades for the interior. The door looks pretty much the same that I remember it on the 2018 Cherokee. However, first thing you'll notice when you come to the interior is this chrome Jeep emblem door sill cover piece. That looks pretty nice. Of course, power seats. I don't think anything's much different on the seats. Got Jeep stitched into the seat. This is my buddy Jordan, ex-coworker for Fury Motors, also my best friend. He's gonna be telling you a little bit about his general feedback. So I'm gonna hop into the car. I'm gonna start up the radio and talk a little bit about the interior. So we got, there we go. Is that gonna start up the radio? There we go. So here we are. I believe the gauges remain primarily unchanged as far as I can tell.
Yeah, those are similar to the old one. I have noticed that they put some black, kind of polished black type of surrounding.
Oh yeah, that
around
looks
the
nice.
shifter.
Glass
also
black.
up around the radio here. That looks a little bit different than the older ones.
Definitely. Yeah, that looks nice. Yeah, so it's got the gloss black, but then it also has a little bit of the silver look, kind of that polished aluminum look around it. So that looks really clean. I like that a lot.
And then the radio is pretty much the same as the old radio. You got the media, the climate, all your apps. You got the controls for like the seats and the heated wheel. Also, you can look at the backup camera right there. It's got settings for your phone if you want to pair that, and then settings for the entire interface like display and clock and stuff.
Yeah, I always have really liked the Uconnect system. I think it's really user friendly. You know, all the buttons across the bottom. They work really well. As soon as you hop in, it seems like you can just, you know, it's plug and play in this car. You know, you hop in, you know how to use it almost immediately. I think this whole portion underneath the Uconnect system remains unchanged from the old Cherokee. I don't think the wheel is any different. So I'd have to say they didn't do a ton on the interior of an update or an improvement. Not that there was anything wrong with the way that it was before. It was a good car before. They also have these gloss black and aluminum pieces followed through the vents, so that matches this piece here with the shifter as well as around the Uconnect system. So a little bit of visual improvement, a little bit of enhancement on that aspect, but I'd have to say that the exterior caught my attention the most. So now we're going to take a look at the back seat. Largely unchanged. The doors are pretty much the same. The leather seats look pretty familiar. I think the cup holder area remains unchanged as far as I can tell. And then the only redesign that I've seen, you can tell them about it, Jordan.
You got the outlets back here. You got the 115 volt right here, so you can have like your standard outlet that would be in your house. That is right there. And then you got these USB outlets back here that you can plug your phone charger in or anything else that uses a USB. I've also noticed that up on the headliner here are new lights. Those are redesigned from the old models.
Yeah, these look unfamiliar. This is new. I just noticed this actually.
I feel it makes it look a lot more sleek. Alright, so not a whole lot is different in the back. You still got the power liftgate. Couple new things are these little cubby holes on each side. The older model did have those. They're just a little redesigned here. The button is slightly different.
Yeah, definitely more geometric. I think it was more circular on the old Cherokee.
It looks like they're gonna have the same mats as the old ones.
Yeah, that looks familiar.
And then you got the spare tire in here with some more little cubby holes.
Oh yeah, plenty of storage back here. So yeah, of course you got that automatic lift gate, open and close. So that's nice.
Alright, so here we have the 3.2 liter V6 that is pretty standard on most of the Cherokees. There's two other options for engines. One is the 2.4 liter 4-cylinder, which has 180 horsepower. And then the new engine that they just came out with is the 2 liter turbo, which has 270 horsepower, which is pretty close to the horsepower of this engine. So it's a pretty good engine. I've driven a few of them and I really like them.
Yeah, these engines have plenty of power. The Cherokee's a smaller vehicle, so it's not too difficult to move them. I actually am excited about the 2 liter turbo that they're gonna offer. You know, I think that's a step in the right direction. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm not mistaken, they're also putting that same 2 liter that has 270 horse in the JL Wrangler as an option in the future. I don't think they've come out with any of them yet, but I do think that is coming. But yeah, this is a good motor. I'd much prefer having the V6 in this car versus the 2.4 liter. It has quite a bit more power. You know, it moves a lot more efficiently, and unless you're an MPG person, you're probably gonna want to opt for the V6. All right, so this has been the 2019 Jeep Cherokee review. A quick summary, I would have to say that the biggest updated improvement of the whole vehicle for me, I don't know what everybody else thinks, but the biggest improvement for me has been the change to these sleeker projector headlights, as well as the whole revamping of the front fascia. It looks a lot more aggressive, as well as, you know, they carry pretty much the same body through the whole side portion. On both sides, it pretty much looks the same as the old Cherokee. However, it is quite a bit more aggressive in the rear. They got these different taillights that are much like the Compasses. The badging is a little bit different, a little bit repositioned, especially this bottom piece. These exhaust tips are huge. Now, I mean, they're not true exhaust tips, because if you put the camera up in there, you can see that the pipe is actually, you know, it's just one of those like fake tips that's in the bumper. But, you know, regardless, I think the whole rear with the bigger tips looks way more aggressive, and just, it really stands out among the small SUV class. So, you know, in summary, I'd have to say I really like what they did with the Cherokee. Not a huge transition like the JK to the JL. However, I think it was a much needed improvement. You know, the Cherokee's been kind of the same for a few years, so, you know, they needed to do something. And I think they delivered that with the rear, the front, you know, a little bit different aesthetics in the vehicle. It kept it fresh, it kept it new, it kept it exciting. It gives you a reason to buy a new one. You know, if you have whatever, a 2015 Cherokee, you come into the dealership, you say, okay, this looks pretty good. You know, I like it. You know, the taillights, they kind of look like the Compass redesigned. You know, they look sharp, they look nice. You know, I think I'll get a 2019 Cherokee. So thanks for watching. If you liked anything in the video, you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next video.